Good afternoon. It's 3 o'clock. I'd like to call the board meeting for June 25th to order, please. Walt.
Still over there talking.
Walt. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's going.
Let's see. We need to approve the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda? Nancy, second.
Yeah.
Tricia, all in favor of the agenda being approved? Unanimous. We've all reviewed the May minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the May minutes? Nancy, Scott, second. All in favor? Unanimous. All right, Rita, Executive Director report.
Alrighty, well, good afternoon. I trust that everyone has seen our lovely new decals on our bus. It's on the screen right here. That's our main bus, and the second one's in the shop now. So some of you liked it, some of you didn't. Okay. All right, diving into the financials. Well, May was an interesting month for sure. Starting with our revenue, we achieved a total of $567,950 for May. This figure is $40,500 higher than our anticipated revenue for the year, which puts us in favor of by $74,000. On the expense side, we encountered some challenges. Our total expense for the month, as noted on line 21, amounted to $431,123. Despite this, we still achieved a favorable net income. On the expense side, breaking it down, our food cost was right at $6,000 over budget. In May, we did have two separate parties that had different menus, Mother's Day and Memorial Day, and together we served 324 additional meals for those parties. We had also gone ahead and purchased the items that we needed for the picnic, which was the following week. Additionally, in administrative expense, we were over budget by $6,000, which is entirely contributed to linen cost. The linen is a sore thumb right now, so the company that we have been using for many years is being bought out by a larger company, and they decided to double the price. So instead of being $40,000 a year, it's going to be $84,000 a year. So they hit us with $7,000 linen cost in May. The good side of that is their tables and bases are ordered, and we can expect them to arrive in about 4 to 6 weeks. Our net income for the year stands at $610,000, which represents $104,000 in favorability. So despite some of the expense overages, we were still able to end on a positive note. As I mentioned last month, our PCC is full, and our gross margin from January to May is running 35.5%, so that's good. We're still working the PCC side and creating a wait list to try to sustain that extra income. Cash, we've got $3,124,465 in reserves, $486,279 in operating, for a total of $3,610,745,000. Notable cash outlays for the month of May totaled approximately $193,000, which included work for the parking deck that was paid out, deposits for insurance renewals, and the deposit for the dining tables and bases. We will get reimbursed for the dining tables and bases from Morrison's once they are installed. Meals, we served 6,659 meals, which is up quite a bit. Like I said, that's contributed to the 206 Memorial Day meals and 136 Mother's Day meals. Our total subsidy for the month was $13.26, and our Happy or Not was running about 90% at the end of the month. Yeah, Happy or Not. Sales and leasing, to my knowledge, we have 9 units available to show, and 6 for lease. We had some new leases come on, or grandfathered units to lease. Let's see here. And since the last board meeting, we closed on 5 condos, and we've got another closing next week. Any questions so far? Little building summary. If you haven't looked at the parking deck, take a look at it. They've started the striping, and that's part of the waterproofing, and it looks really good. You can definitely tell the part that's not completed. They are ready to swap over. They anticipate if the rain holds out, they can be done with the entire waterproofing in about 3 weeks. And after that, it'll take an additional 1 to 2 weeks to repair the missing tendons. I was asked what the waterproofing includes. It includes all the new drain installations, cleaning and profiling the deck with a shot blaster, sealant replacements on all joint cracks, and the application of a multi-part urethane deck coating system, and then they'll go back with the striping when it's done. So the question was why there's so many layers, and that's their process. On the Chase project, since the last board meeting, we've met with Walker a couple times, looked at a preliminary set of drawings, made some changes, and we expect to get another set of drawings by the end of the week to look at and review, and we're moving along. Comcast. A lot of people wondered if they were here last week working. They were here working, but it had nothing to do with us. They are upgrading to 10G, so anyone who currently has Comcast in the building had to get an upgrade of 3 pieces of equipment that we have on property. So when it does come time for us to upgrade, that will help us as well. The last that I heard last week from Comcast is they expected the equipment to arrive on 6/24, and they've penciled in to start working in the service center on 7/21, but he said penciled. Yeah, so that's the last I heard on the Comcast, so it's moving along as well. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Rita. Board reports, Tricia?
Okay. Social activities. There are no 4th of July activities, actual 4th of July date activities. There are a couple of bands and a party on July 3rd. We're having another bake sale on July 15. High-rise living series topics for July include Tech Talk with Dave about how MVT systems rely on tech and work orders, heat and hydration and vision care. There'll be a sign-up sheet for the July 21st High-Rise Living Series for those wanting blood pressure or other vitals taken. The next dinner for new residents is Wednesday, July 16. We have had a marketing plan in place since last March of 2024. And over the past 15 months, we worked to execute the plan with the goal of positioning Mount Vernon Towers as a leading community for active seniors, which also includes a personal care facility serving North Fulton, Dunwoody, and East Cobb. This working document focused on the community as a whole, promoting units. It is the community and not individual units. Those are for your real estate agents to do their duty. Updates are read each month into the minutes as committee reports and demonstrate significant progress. The plan identified target audiences and strategies for meeting 3 objectives. These 3 objectives are improve internal audience appreciation of facility and amenities, increase awareness of Mount Vernon Towers as a leading community for active seniors with external audiences, and increase awareness of PCC services both internally and externally. Over the past year, we have streamlined the Towers Talk, improved displays, inventorying signs to make sure that they are all standard and up to date. We created a new logo, which you can see on our bus. And this logo is also used in everything that goes out with Mount Vernon on it. We've initiated resident surveys to gather information on what the residents like and don't like. We have finished the PCC website and are in the process of working on the main Mount Vernon website. It's taken a while because of some changes that we needed to make, but that should be up soon. We consistently post on social media to present Mount Vernon news. I don't know if anybody follows the Facebook page, but I noticed that a lot of the ones with pictures, people really like, and that seems to get not just our residents looking at it, but I can also see that those people who are outside the community follow it as well, because the insights show me who currently follows, and then it shows me who doesn't follow. So that's kind of neat as well, and those numbers continue to increase. I don't know if anybody knows, but there's a photo book up at the front desk, and it shows what the different condos look like before and after. So if you want to get any ideas on remodeling or just updating your condo, you can take a look at that book. As far as the PCC, there has been an increase in residents up there, and that can be contributed to a number of factors, but some of it we hope would be with the new website, and then also word of mouth, and the residents that live here are also utilizing PCC. Looking forward to 2025, we will continue doing what we're doing and trying to make things as community-oriented as possible. And yeah, that's all.
Thank you, Trish.
If anybody has any questions, you're welcome to come up and talk to me and Nancy.
Do you have anything, Nancy? Diana? Nothing for sales and leasing? Scott? Nothing for Scott? Floor questions. Anybody have any questions from the floor? Hang on a minute, Susan. Hang on a minute. Please give us your name and your condo number.
Nancy Bernstein, B1007. Regarding marketing the community, how are you doing that? I'm just curious.
Well, the Facebook is one big part of it, because in addition, like I said, in addition to the members or the residents that see the post, we're getting outside, whether it's somebody's relative or their friends. We're also in the community as far as with the new bus that helps get word out. We're not spending money. It's more, what would you call it?
Well, one main thing we've done is we've made consistency in the image things with the logo. It's on the letterhead, it's on the brochures,
Okay.
It's on the welcome sign up front, it's now on the buses, which is, all of this has been on our to-do list for like 16 months. Bringing in the speakers for high-rise living has resulted in recently we had a partnership with St. Joe Emory Healthcare. I don't know if any of you happen to be over there in the lobby. There was a big poster with a quote about our vibrant community. Rita is active with a lot of different groups in Sandy Springs when they need merchandise materials that they put in packets for promotions and different things. We do that. There's about 6 pages of stuff we've done, but we didn't feel like anybody wanted to really read through the whole thing. But if you want a copy, we can send you a copy of it, of what we've done and what we're looking forward to doing. We did a trial campaign online last summer, and I mean, spending less than $50, you can target people so specifically. You can know that someone in Dunwoody who is 65 is on their cell phone and, looking at places to live, and they're looking here, and they happen to like certain PBS programs and other stuff. I mean, it's very specific, and we're looking at doing more of that. We started it with PCC because we did a separate website for them because there's a lot of confusion that the whole place is assisted living versus a separate personal care. So that was that. We have had some different vendor issues, but the main thing we've been doing is Trish and I volunteering stuff that we would normally have charged clients for. So I think we feel like to get a return on what we're doing, and once we get the external work is completed and the road construction is completed, and we can do new signs and other things. But the surveys we did, because we had never had surveys, I don't think, of the community to know how people learned about the community specifically, why people moved here, why they moved here really after they got here. All of that has been helpful in looking at how we word things and in the brochures and things in the website that we developed.
And we've done a lot of this. We haven't put any money into advertising. This has all been,
We're looking at it.
yeah, we're considering it. We did do a $10 ad for PCC, which actually garnered, it reached a lot of people. But you can't advertise something and expect it to be an immediate return on your investment. It takes 3, 6, 9 months, and it's hard to advertise a place like this. We can get the word out, but again, if you're trying to sell your condo or lease it, there's only so much we can do, and then the rest has to be up to an agent or yourself to get it out.
My curiosity, just because I'm not aware of what's being done and how you're doing it. The bus looks great. I think all of this sounds great. I didn't know if you were investing money in that, but I don't know, but it seems to me that if someone were to call on real estate offices, maybe talk to the broker. I'm sorry? Talk louder. Call on real estate brokers, because they have, I haven't been really active in real estate in Atlanta in a while, but normally there would be weekly meetings to have someone go with a brochure.
We're not allowed legally to engage in real estate.
No,
in sales.
you wouldn't be engaging in real estate. You would simply be letting brokers and the agents know about this community. You wouldn't get paid, they wouldn't get paid. It's just like an information meeting.
That's a great idea. However, we're a volunteer. That takes up a lot of time, and there's only so much time that we have to actually put into this. We've done a lot of, taken a lot of our time to do what we've done so far, but that
Maybe some people would want to volunteer.
maybe there could be.
Yeah. Okay. And the other thing, regarding the food in the dining room. Regarding the food in the dining room, I'm curious about what we're getting, because I've been, for a while I was ordering the cranberry juice because I thought it was cranberry juice, but found out it was cranberry juice cocktail. And I have some dietary restrictions, so I never know what I'm eating, and I like to know what I'm eating. Is there any way the dining room could put out some ingredients? Is the maple syrup really maple syrup, or is it artificial maple syrup? Is it possible for us to know these things?
It would take quite a while to go through our entire store storage inventory to list out ingredients and send it out.
Well, I wouldn't expect it to be, sent out, but if there were if the dining room had like a chart of what they're serving, it would be helpful. I don't expect the members of the board or the staff to do it, but it seems to me that, and I think our servers are great. I don't have any complaints with them, and this is not a complaint. It's just an observation that I'm gluten-free, and so I can carry my own bread down there to get a BLT, but if I knew more about, is that real maple syrup or not? And what things are offered and available, like condiments? Are they using ketchup? That's the old-fashioned ketchup that's mainly corn syrup and some other sugar. I would imagine they're not because of the population and of the community, but these would just be good things to know. So
Right, we don't have any ordering restrictions because we're considered independent living. So we do use pasteurized eggs, but they may not order something like you're mentioning, the ketchup. I mean, it's regular, like Heinz ketchup that you would go to Kroger and buy. But again, we can't go through all the condiments and the ingredients and list out what they actually are. That would...
Well, I'm not asking for that, and I'm not expecting that. But I would just ask that in the things that they order, that as far as the dining area, that they're aware of that sugar's not healthy, a lot of it, and all of the ketchup makers make a ketchup now that's lower sugar, or it's they call it all natural, so it's not 90% sugar and 10% ketchup and tomatoes. Do you know what I'm saying? And be that as it may, it's just a point. Okay.
Thank you. Anybody else? Any other questions? I don't see any hands.
And I want to say one thing. So on the PCC website, since it's been operational, I've spent about $350 on Google Ads, because I think we started out on like the 5th page and we're on the 2nd page now. But we have generated 5 respite people since the PCC website went operational. So our return on that is tenfold.
Thank you. Anybody else? Any of the board have anything else? Nancy makes a motion to close. Do I have a second? Oh, yeah. Let's do that first. The next meeting is July 30th at 3 p.m. Nancy. Motion to close by Nancy. Do I have a second? Tricia, all in favor? Unanimous. Thank you, guys.